Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Hamza. I'm the author of The Job Seeker and the Coach, but I'm also a business and career coach. I'm a recruiter. I want to focus on three really amazing things that are happening, three amazing changes that are happening thanks to the COVID-19 crisis. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy because when you turn on TV, when you speak to your friends, maybe you are affected by maybe job losses, or people that are affected by job losses. And here I am talking about amazing things that are happening thanks to the COVID-19 crisis. So what is this all about? I want to start with this actually. Before any major change, like a revolution, before any major revolution, you'll find that the context that led to the revolution is oftentimes what scientists call the edge of chaos. It's not chaos, but it's the edge. It's not anarchy, but it's just before. And something amazing happens, and it's a new system. It's a new thing that emerges from this. And that's really, really powerful. So I wanted to share with you three things that are currently happening that for me could be a revolution that, well, to be honest, it never happened before, ever. And it could be such a profound change. Like we could be standing here in a few years' time telling our children, well, there's a before COVID-19 and after COVID-19. The present is edge of chaos. And it's suffering and it's not nice. But what usually, what even strategy consultants have been always trying to create, some leaders as well, always trying to create an edge of chaos situation, because something that emerges out of, the thing that emerges out of the edge of chaos situation is usually something new and better and more sustainable. So the three things that emerge are this, and there's three things that are happening right now. The number one thing that is happening right now, thanks to the COVID-19 crisis, is the fact that people are working from home, and for the first time, employers are realizing that they don't need to watch over these people. That actually, they're just adults. You don't have to watch them. So the old model of employers that have to be wary and where lack of trust is the default setting of employers, where they have to watch people, you've got to come to work and I have to see you work every day and you have to come on time, etc., etc. That is proving to be no longer necessary. And that's a first time in history. A first time in history where this is happening. And that's really powerful. Imagine the management culture is completely changing. We have built companies and societies to the image of classrooms. You see, when we grow up, and this is how we've been programmed so that the teacher is the boss and he has to watch everyone. And we feel that the manager has to be exactly in the same, has to fill the same shoes. But this crisis is proving that people are effective without the need to watch them, without the need to clock time, without the need to start on time, without the need to, to monitor them. And this is turning the sort of current management culture upside down, because it's deeply rooted and nobody would see things differently. Nobody would see things differently. You see, when I tell people that I have two businesses and they are all online, and that I have people working with me that are sometimes not even in this country and I completely trust them, people say, well, it wouldn't work with me. And this crisis is forcing people to realize, employers to realize, you can trust people. You don't have to treat your employees like children. For the first time, it's working. I speak, as you know, I have a recruitment company and I speak to HR directors. I speak to a few people, and a lot of them have said, to me that actually I'm more efficient. I'm more efficient because imagine you no longer get interrupted. You know, there's so many good things that happen from working remotely. And this is a major shift in the management culture that, honestly speaking, I don't think it would ever happen. Try, just 4 or 5 months ago, before the crisis starts, try to ask your boss and to say, hey, just 1 day a week, I'd love to stay at home. Your boss would say no, company policy, because the company policy has been made so that everyone is the same, so that if I let you do that, then other people are going to ask me that, and then what? You're probably not going to work because I don't trust you. You see, that is no longer valid anymore, because amazing people like yourself are proving these employers that you don't need to watch me. You never needed to watch me. I'm going to do my job. And on top of this, when you do your job, you make the company successful. You make the company, endure this crisis better. And what happens is that when you do your job as best as you can, what happens is that you're actually allowing other jobs to be saved. You're actually allowing the company to be thinking differently about their plans to let people go or things like that. So this is very, very important. The second thing, so the management culture, there's a massive change. It's historical because nobody has ever thought that this would be actually happening and possible. If this situation remains long enough, and don't hope that it remains long enough, but if it does, it will be long enough to change the habits, because the management culture is deeply rooted into centuries of monitoring and watching employees. Okay, you've got CCTV, you've got tons of things to monitor them today. Okay, and employees all around the world are proving that whatever, I don't need to, I never needed to. So well done for that. The second, for me, amazing thing that's happening thanks to the COVID-19 is that we have now removed tons of inefficiencies to the employee's life. So the old model, I'm going to talk about the old model in the hope that we're not going to go back to it, okay? The old model says, I don't care if you prefer to work at night or early in the morning, or if you can do your job in 3 hours instead of 8. I don't care if you need to pick up your kid at school. I don't care about all this. Everyone is the same. You start at 9, you finish at this, and it's okay if you finish later because that's good for your career. That is killing employees' morale. That is killing, because not only their day revolves around this unflexible thing, they spend more time with their employees and colleagues, with their employers and colleagues than with their own family during the day. Some parents don't see their kids very often. Some parents travel a lot. You have to buy a car, take transportation to go to work, and if you buy a car, you get stuck in traffic. If you take the metro, you might be stuck standing up because there's no seat. You're subjected to so much stress from the start. You have to dress up, you're not in control of your life. And this is completely changing. People are wondering, I wonder why people are not happy at work, and most of them are looking forward to the holidays, etc. Well, because work sucks. It treats people like in a factory in like a century or 2 centuries ago. It's like since the Industrial Revolution, everything has been modeled to be like this. You have to watch people, they've got to start on time, and if you ever start 10 minutes late, oh my God. But who cares? If you think about it, if you're able to do your job without being monitored, well, your mental health is likely to drastically change. And that's powerful. So my point is that the second revolution, I believe, is that if this situation perdures, if this situation remains long enough, I hope not once again, but if it does, long enough to change mentalities, long enough to change this culture, long enough to change these habits, I strongly believe that mental health amongst employees around the world is going to change too. Because for the first time, you're going to be able to work whenever you can, whenever you want. You can work early in the morning, you can work late at night, you can do your job in 3 hours and rest, because you're no longer going to be paid per hour, and your day doesn't have to be 8 hours. It could be just based on results. So you're going to be paid per day, but it's up to you how effective you are. There's an incentive for you to be super effective, because if you want to do other things in life, well, you better finish your day, you better finish your objectives for the day. And my point is that if you were to finish your objective during the day while your employer would monitor you, if at 11 a.m. you finish everything you had to do today, your employer would give you more to do. There's no incentive in today's workplace to finish things efficiently. There's no strong incentive for people to be faster and more productive, more efficient. Because if you do, then you get maybe a pay rise after some time, but essentially your employer is going to say, "Oh, I'll give you more work." And people are drained. They go to burnout, they go to depression. And I think that the second revolution that is now being taken place is the fact that employees' morale, the way they perceive their career and the way their career affects their personal life, is completely going to change from now on. Because now you can manage your time. Now you can spend time doing the things you want, in fact, as long as your job is done. Okay, and I think that as a consequence, your mental health is likely to be completely drastically improved. And I think that this is, never in history could this have happened if it wasn't for this crisis that forced us to see things differently. So that's point number 2. Point number three is career opportunities. I strongly believe that the rules of career progression are changing as well. And as such, what speaks louder now is results. You've got 3 types of people, I believe, in this crisis, that this crisis is going to reveal. The first type of people is losers. What I call losers is people that use this to pretend to work and not work, and just go on Netflix, share videos, and actually they just don't work. Okay. Why are they losers? Well, because when they don't work, they're not being productive to their company. Their company, as sooner or later, are going to say, well, we're not productive, we need to let people go. And they are creating an environment, they are participating into creating an environment that's not desirable for anyone. These are losers. The second type of people is people that are hoping that this is just temporary. Hopefully we'll go back to normal. Oh my God, the economy. Oh my God, the news, the media. Oh my God, hopefully another 2 weeks, hopefully next month. And it's not going to work, because you cannot initiate an out-of-the-box solution, pioneer new ideas, and adapt to the situation if you're just holding your breath. If you're holding your breath, you don't need to learn to swim, because you know that this is, it's just for a certain amount of time. That's it, okay? My point is that these employees did not trigger yet their imagination, their creativity, okay? How do you adapt to a situation like this? Well, the third type of employees are going to say, well, let's suppose that this situation is going to last for 3, 6 months, 1 year. Let's say, how can I change my department so that we adapt to this new situation? So you have IT departments, IT people that are saying, hey, I think I found a better way to collaborate with this new tool. If we put in place this, if we put in place that. You've got salespeople that are going to say, hey, I think we can sell differently. I think we can put together a new package that is going to be and we can generate a secondary income, which would be perfect if the situation extends. You've got people in different departments that are seeing things different. You've got HR people that are saying, hey, I think we can create different policies and change, help changing the culture in the company. Okay. So my point is that a lot of things are happening, and these third type of people are the one scoring. Your career opportunities are going to be more about finding solutions, out-of-the-box solutions. It's a little bit like you're at war. Remember Age of Chaos, right? And the people that are going to receive medals and decorations are people that are going to come up with out-of-the-box solutions and pioneer new path. Change is upon us, so we have to change. And these people that come up with ideas, maybe not all of them are good, it's fine. But these people that come up with ideas are going to be very, very well rewarded, because remember, the employer doesn't even see what's going on right now. He doesn't see you. All he sees, if he hears about your ideas, if he hears about the changes that you're implementing to counter what's happening, to adapt to what's happening, these are the people that are scoring more points. So more than ever, it's not whether you're tall, whether you're beautiful, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you stay late, whether you come early, whether it's no longer visible. More than ever, it's going to be about results. Results. Regardless to anything else, it's going to be about results. So in terms of career opportunities, I think the rules are going to change as well. So be like this, please be like this. Think about this as a situation that might be extended, that might stay, and that's okay. It's okay. Just think about this. Human mind is almost limitless. I believe so. So you can come up with new ideas and new ways to do things. Just be the change. Don't just, submit to it. Just be the change, okay? Pioneer it, come up with ideas. That's pretty much it. So to summarize the 3 revolutions, and I don't think there are small ones, really don't think there are small ones. The management culture is finally potentially going to change. And this is only possible if this situation lasts long enough for managers to realize, well, we got used to do this a different way now. We can change, okay? And by the way, if you've ever wanted to have 1 or 2 days per week where you can work from home, now is the time to ask because it's already happening. So feel free to ask your manager, hey, by the way, in 1 month's time, when this thing is over, or in 3 months' time, or 6 months' time, can I actually use this time where I can work at least 1 day a week per home? Because the second revolution that's happening is employee morale. Because gone are the need to dress up in the morning and to, of course you need to dress up in the morning, but maybe not the same way. But you don't need to get stuck in traffic. You don't need to stand every day in the metro. You don't need to subject yourself to this anymore. You don't need to have everything in your life that needs to be flexible for work, because work is not flexible. It's 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or 8 to 5 or whatever. And it's now going to start being just part of life. So you're going to be able to manage work the way you feel fit. And that's a revolution. That's a revolution in terms of your mental health. So the third and final revolution, I believe, is that career opportunities are going to emerge where the game is going to be played differently with different rules. And that is powerful as well. This is all created because we have to. We have no choice. We are on the edge of chaos, so we are rethinking everything. When people are given no choice, they come up with amazing solutions. So I just wanted you to realize, please, that yes, the present is difficult. You might be in a situation where you're not certain you're going to have your job for long. You might know people that lost their job. The present is tough. It's the edge of chaos. But what could emerge is a world that's much, much better. Let alone, and I know some industries are going to suffer, and if it carries on like this, some industries are going to suffer much more in the long run. The airline industry, the automotive industry, because there won't be any need for that. But at the same time, what's going to emerge instead is potentially a world that is less polluted, a better world for our children, where we can actually have a life while we are going through our career. So this is happening perhaps right now before our eyes. I just wanted as many of you aware of this, so that hopefully one day when our little ones tell us how it was before COVID-19, And they would look at us with big eyes like this. Really? But why? It doesn't make sense. Yes, we're living something unique. And I think that there's a before COVID-19 and an after COVID-19. I don't think that it will, will go back to exactly the same way. I hope not. So that's pretty much it. Listen, I'm sorry for the length of the video, and thank you so much for having listened to me for such a long time. But I really wanted to share this because I think we are living some crazy times, special times and tough times at the same time. So I hope you guys are keeping safe. I hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, before I forget, this is my book. So if your job is not guaranteed, please read my book. I've taken 3 years to write this because I know it helps job seekers. This is, for me, the most advanced job search guide ever. And on top of this, it's written as a story. It's not just a dry content. If you go to The Job Seeker and The Coach, you can download the first 3 chapters for free and you see how it goes. So thank you very much, everyone, and I will speak to you soon. Please do share it. If you find this is valuable, please do share it. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.